This is Surlock Farm, and I'm going east of here to a ruin on the top of a hill. There's a couple of those in this direction. But this is to continue the completionist quest of Lord of the Rings Online. My River-hobbit red hunter is just finding the way in this awkward terrain to find a place to read a journal. There we are, that's triggered the spot. You read it and talk to, those are not real people, those are images of people from the past, except for Meneldia. Now I milestoned back to Surlock Farm and I'm moving on to Andrath. This is the northernmost and in a way the final little camp in Cardolan. So I'm picking up all the side quests here now. I've done a few in this zone because they were lower level. And it's quite a mixture of levels on my quest list at the moment. I decided to go to the furthest one first. Yeah, that one right up in the northwest corner, because it was one I'd never done before. I noticed that I could mithril straight to this person, and she's sending me to another mysterious woman, but I'm passing through a hunting zone for other quests I have. Barrow roots don't give me anything, but spiders do. But what's hardest to find here amongst all the hunting quests are the bears. You can get some horns like that. It's more spiders. Hornets don't do anything. And there's another horn. Now, this is very awkward terrain. There's a river right down the bottom here. And I've been asked to fish there. Finding the woman on the river is a bit later. I used this same spot a few times and moved to the other. Got a couple of failed attempts to get a fish, and even ones that, at least so far as the graphics were concerned, I did hook a fish, but it didn't count for the quest. It must have been the wrong kind. I could find these two spots here. I guess even at 4 times speed, it takes a bit of a while. I normally don't do any fishing at all, but since I'm supposed to do all quests and all deeds in each zone, a fishing quest is a quest. This glowing spot was more productive than the other one. So I just kept on going here. So that's 3. 3 of 5. 4. Sorry about that. Those little trumpet calls, those are not internal to the game. Right, spiders and horns again on the way back. If I go due north, I should be able to strike more of those huntable things. I only need one more spider. And one thing I do know about this zone is that there will be plenty of spiders, especially when I do some later quests. But here we are. Now if I head down towards, there's some really high ground with spiders in it, where you have to go for a couple of quests. I don't think it's possible to do things in an order which will give you all of the quests for that high ground at the same time. I think you have to complete one or two before you can get the third one. But that was a rare bear, but now I've got all the spiders I need. This is part 25 of the run, and still I'm in a zone that just gives silver as the metal for crafting, but I don't do very much crafting, or I certainly don't do any metal crafting with this character, and I don't search for wood either. I use ingredient packs. But here's another mysterious woman with a couple more quests, mostly finding plants of various kinds. So if I just head towards where I can see specific ring symbols, then I'll get something there. Having to fight more spiders is just a waste of time. In fact, because if you look at my experience bar at the bottom, it's switched off. I've got the stone of the tortoise equipped. So I'm not even getting experience for extra kills. And it took me a long time to find the way up with this place. I have done this part before. It was just the women's quest that I hadn't done. But I didn't have good enough memory of where the way up was. I haven't done it enough times. But came upon another horn. And eventually I found the first gloom web, which gave me an idea of what they look like, exactly what I'm looking for. Get the spider out of the way. There's a queen spider up here. Yeah, I used a heart seeker on her. And there we are. That's what gloom web looks like. I just got to keep on looking at the map to see if the zone, the active zone for the quest, has shrunk, which will give me a better idea of where to go. And there are hidden spiders here, stealth ones. And sometimes like that, they're hanging about near the gloom web. That's 5. So there is no quest to simply come here and kill spiders, just in this place alone. But the fetch quests here force you to go past just about every spider there is. Of course, there's plenty of quests framed like that. And there we are, all the gloom webs. Yeah, continue the other hunting, the horns and the bears, on the way towards other things. And I finally found some of the other plants. There's mushrooms and there's yarrow, I think. Yep, there's the other one. Get rid of the hornet. Now I just got to go back and forth along the zone. There's too many of these hornets and roots that are absolutely useless. Don't help me with any quest. Nor do the spiders now. Yarrow, I think it's called yarrow root in other zones. But then it'd look too much like the barrow roots. I don't seem to have enough horns. So she wants to bake a pie or something. Barrow candles are just a pest. Debuff you if you get in a fight while they're near. A shortcut to mushrooms. And there's one of those willows. Hornets again and roots. That's all the yarrow. Bit more willow. And he's inside now. And while you're doing other little things in this house, you find the thing that she was looking for. So that's finished with her. She says go back to the original woman. But I'm still hunting along the way. This white zone on the map. But now I'm starting to actually use my tracking ability. And I didn't find one, so I thought I've got to go somewhere else completely. I may as well hand some things in. Because there were no bears anywhere within range of that tracking ability. So that's handed in several quests. And the other mysterious woman is Goldberry, Tom Bombadil's wife. Now I'm back to hunting and tracking again, and coming right down to the river here was good because I now have a couple of bears within range. The bears, the bears. Nope, didn't find any more there. But around the corner, there it is. And now I'm back at the spider place, looking for dusk flowers. I've got to find the way up again. Be pestered by the same spiders. Ignore the queen this time. There's a dusk blossom. Now I know what they look like. The zone where they exist is one of those figure 8 sort of patches on the map, like 2 circles put together. But I could get them all within one of the circles. So I've taken all that stuff back to Goldberry. And now it's a matter of returning to Henbran again. I'm back at Andrath. Once I've handed in what's outstanding, there's now 2 quests out on the river, kind of above the ruin of Dol Erniel, but other quests to the south of it. Now, the one that I'm doing now is the epic. I've got to go look for Meneldir at a particular location south of the ruin. So it's just a matter of looking for the right slope to get up there. And I found this one by sheer chance. I guess I made a good guess about which way people would come in looking for Meneldir, and I made the Witch King of Angmar appear. Wouldn't have done that if I'd known. Right. Now I do that new emergent quest. I was putting something back in a grave instead of digging something up, which I've done a few times in Cardolan. The quest actually goes back to the other character, and Arnael is still in a state of tremble there. Now, most of the quests are in the ruin or in the standing stones to the west here. There are tons and tons of standing stones. You've got to find the right ones. Killing the undead here doesn't get you anything. You notice one of my quests on the list is yellow, and when I get that, I usually take the stone of the tortoise off and start rising in levels again, but the bulk of them are still turquoise, so it's not the right time to do that. I'll just delay the yellow quest. I think it sends me into an instance. So I can, once I've discovered the place, I can do that anytime. But some of the standing stone lichens are up high, some low down low. There's a quest to get either high-level undead or creeping barrow crawlers. Of course, the crawlers are the easiest to kill, but you go past a lot of the high-level undead when you do the ruins themselves. So I'm doing those instead. Right, now the epic is sending me off somewhere else temporarily to not Caradoc, Surlond here, just to check in, and also to Surlock Farm. I had to come back because I took the wrong ride. I took a slow one, so I came back to get a fast ride to earn, because I need to travel from here, slow ride to Andrath to be on the right road for this blockhouse. Yeah, it's not Surlock Farm yet, that comes a bit later. But I've gone past this blockhouse several times. Now it actually does something. Got to get right up close to that chest before it sparkles, gives you a complete objective. But now I'm using my Shire means of transport. I can go to Mikel Delving anytime I want, no cooldown. So from there I just go to Sarn Ford, and from there to anywhere in Cardolan. So I'm back up here again. And this is where I'm going to get a quest which I can get from orcs, half-orcs or goblins. Now, I once tried it with mostly goblins in the zone near Surlock Farm, and most of them didn't yield. It was very slow processes. But here there's plenty of orcs and with a high yield value. So this is the right place to do that quest, even though you've done that same group of orcs at least twice before. Now I can ride on. Surlock Farm is the nearest place. It's the same sorting table we used before. We had to ride all this way just for a table, as if we couldn't use any other table. But we're back now in the actual ruin of can't remember. Dol Ernil, that's it. Now this is a mix of low level and elite undead. I have quests for both right now. I'll very quickly get 12 whites. But the Blight Priests and the Warmongers and the Blight Callers got separate objectives for all of them. And there aren't enough for you to achieve all those objectives in one go round. So I'm just doing one pass through here up to the highest tower where I've got to read the journal, and I'll do another cycle after they've had a chance to respawn later on when I get another quest up this way. I'm just getting as many as I can, and this is another vision. So I mithrilled down to Meneldir, just outside the ruin. And talked to his friend. Now, that's given me the quest to activate 5 swords and fight the bosses that appear when you touch them. And one of them is the opposite direction from all the others, so I took care of that one first. The rest are inside the ruin. So I'll be doing that and taking down elites at the same time. The ordinary undead I'm just getting out of the way, but that's the second boss. One Blight Caller. Clearing the way. That same priest again. And here's another sword, another boss. I had a real keyboard problem for a moment there. Nothing was working. And another ancient sword. Down that boss. I wasn't able to use Heartseeker on all of them because of its cooldown. Light Caller. And I'll go back up top and get all the same ones again that I did before. Fight my way through. And now there's the Warmaster again. The only difference between him and the others is he's got a follower. That's a Blight Caller and a priest. Through the other side, there are several priests, or 2 priests and a Blight Caller. But that bridge ahead doesn't connect to anywhere. I got to the point where there were only the War Masters left, 2 more to get, but I couldn't see any down below in that direction. So I only know of the one, and that's, oh, that treasure cache is a deed. This one right here that appears, this spot, that's the only war leader that I know of. So I took him down. He came a strange way around, but took him down when he popped back up. I need one more and have no option but to just wait for him to respawn again. Because if I went right up the other end of the ruin, there may or may not be one there. I think I just saw a lore master fall off the edge of the cliff there. Yeah, there may or may not be another lore master at the other end, but I'd be doing a lot of useless fighting, getting nothing for it, just to go find out, go walking around there. So I did it the dull way. There he is. And I got him before he summoned his companion. So reporting those 2 things in. And now the nearest thing are the quests at Sarch Vaughan, the instance. I had to wait for my milestone to come off cooldown. That was what that delay was. But more side quests to get off the list, and I'm just about done Andrath now. So I got to hand in my findings to Halbarad. That was a quick journey. And back from here, I'm heading for Sarch Vaughan. And all I've really got to do is find the entrance to it so that I can call it up as an instance on my list of instances and skirmishes. I already have a list of instances and skirmishes that I haven't done, and it will probably be the next thing I do in the next video because they're becoming the lowest level things on my list. But here we are, Gorwin indicating where it is. I decided I'd go in and just sort of attempt to get into it. I set my campsite fire here, being a hunter, so that I can nip back here when I want to, when the quest is no longer yellow. And just made sure I could enter it there. But now I'm just bringing back onto my list all of the other instances. And next video will be 3 instances for the road to Lonely Mountain and a couple in the Great Barrow. But that's about it for today.